Hey there, this is Lara with Dot Esports, and today I am joined by Vitality's jungler, Selfmade.
Let's talk about you joining Vitality. What made you decide for this change?
Well, I think the whole idea about me joining Vitality came already at the start of off-season after our playoff game against Schalke, when I knew there will be changes in Fnatic, so I made sure that I have backup plan in case I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be out. And yeah, I wanted to join any team with leader, and in the end, it was Vitality that picked us up.
Why would you want to join a team with Litter specifically? What about him that makes you want to do this move?
I think he's a very underrated player, and I always wanted to play with him. I used to play a lot of duos and speak to him, and I know that we look at the game in a very similar way, so it just feels like he's the person I need in my team.
All right, and now that you are working with Leader, what are the main differences that you see in practice between him and Niski's playstyle? Let's talk about maybe the champion pool and how you've been working around to either adjust to the style or to make sure that you come back from what you used to play at Fnatic.
Well, Leader is a type of player that's gonna make sure that he is in the spotlight of the game, let's say. Even though it doesn't mean that you have to put all resources into him, because he can as well play for the team. But like in every game we played so far together, he has impact on them, and he's also the type of guy that will speak out about what he wants to say. He won't like be quiet and not really give his opinion. So yeah, and talking about champion pool, he's for sure much different than any other mid laner in EU. Maybe Caps is kind of similar, right? Because he can also pull out those assassins, but doesn't feel like anybody else will like go deep to champions that Leader play.
And why do you think that you will succeed with him versus what you've had in the past?
I didn't say that I'm gonna succeed with him.
Okay, well, I would assume that you joined a team with him because you'd want to succeed, though.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I also joined this team because I knew that the roster has potential, and I know basically almost everyone here. There are people from players to coaches that I wanted to work with, and I already know from experience what they can bring to the team. But yeah, I'm not saying that me and Leader in the same team will instantly make the team be top 1 or anything like that. We of course gonna work our hardest to make playoffs happen, at least, and then do our best there.
Talk about the other players. Vitality is coming with quite a stacked roster. I would arguably say that it's one of the most exciting changes of the summer split. I'm really curious to see how the pieces would fit in together. What's your insight in the situation?
Well, for sure we're gonna be a unique team where we're gonna look for a lot of action. We won't really wait until we get few items. The game starts level 1, as a famous man Perks said once, right? And yeah, I guess that's gonna be the way we're gonna play the game.
Let's then talk about Crownshot. You've played with him in the past, and I know that you've had little time to adjust to getting back to playing with him again, but I'm interested in hearing out what kind of player was Crownshot the first time that you played with him, and what kind of player is he now?
Honestly, I don't remember much from our SK times. Like, from what I remember, he was, at least that's what's in my mind, I think he was performing pretty well, considering we were all rookies back then. And personally, I expected much less from him when I joined Vitality. So what I mean by that is basically he's much better than I expected him to be, right? And I'm really happy that he won't be like a weak point of this team, which I thought he would be, but he's actually also one of the strongest points. I mean, I hope you're gonna watch it, so I mean, I'm saying only good things about Crowny here, right? I just said what I thought, but that's not the case.
What about outside of the game? How are you guys working together as in team dynamics and whatnot?
It's like first weeks of the new team, right? It's of course the honeymoon phase, and we don't really look to have any conflicts. And if there is some small fight, we just insta solve it. But yeah, we will see, I guess, when LEC starts and when we lose some games, because then it's the time when the real shit comes out of the players. So right now, can't really say anything bad.
All right, let's move on then to a slightly spicier topic. Let's talk about the Bwipo role swap. What you think he's going to have sort of an edge on you since you guys have played together for so long and he's used to your style?
I mean, there is no such thing as being used to opponent style, I would say, because, you know, Reckless plays the same way for 8 years or how many he is in LEC, LCS, and people still can't handle him, right, when they face him. So I don't think the fact that I was with Bwipo in the same team in the past will give him an input on how I want to play the game. Although I think Bwipo will perform much better in jungle than he did in top lane. I think his personality doesn't really fit the lane that rarely something happens in. And also, from what I saw so far, he's doing pretty well, at least in solo queue. Hopefully, he's gonna move his performance to stage.
In role swap talks, Treats and Bwipo have decided to go to jungle. Which player do you think is going to be the most successful in their change?
For sure, Bwipo. Maybe I'm underrating Treats, but personally, I think it's just like I know Bwipo, right? So I know that he will do well in jungle. I don't know exactly what Treats brings to the team, what's his personality, how he talks and thinks about the game. So that's why I'm gonna place my bets on Bwipo doing better in this role swap than Treats. But maybe he will prove me wrong. Maybe he will prove everyone wrong.
And in terms of role, which one do you think that adapts the best, top or support?
I don't think it's about the role. Again, I think it's about personality and game knowledge. Because overall, I think mid laners are the ones that can fit any other role, right? And I think supports are the least talented, let's say. It's just for the past years till now, whenever you see autofill support in solo queue, or you just think like, this guy can play anything else than his main role, which is not the case for solo lanes or junglers.
All right. Interesting insight. And now for the fans, what kind of content are you planning on making for the summer split? Maybe some stuff with Crowny?
Maybe. I mean, so far there is one content with me and Quickshot coming from Riot. That's the only thing I can say. But besides that, I don't really have much info.
All right, Selfmade. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.